Have you ever personally seen the Earth curve? Not in a photograph, not in a documentary, not in a classroom diagram, with your own eyes. Because if you haven't, then everything you believe about the shape of the Earth is based on trust. We are told the Earth is a sphere, 12,742 kilometers wide, spinning at roughly 1,000 miles per hour at the equator. At the same time, it's orbiting the Sun at 67,000 miles per hour. And beyond that, our entire solar system is moving through the galaxy at over 500,000 miles per hour. That's 3 different motions. 3 massive speeds. And yet, when you stand still, you feel absolutely nothing. No wind rushing past you at 1,000 miles per hour. No sense of tilt. No sensation of movement. Just stillness. So let us slow down for a second and ask a question most people are afraid to ask out loud. What if the Earth isn't what we think it is? For centuries, the dominant scientific model has described Earth as an oblate spheroid, slightly flattened at the poles. This model explains gravity, time zones, eclipses, and planetary motion. It forms the foundation of modern astronomy, satellite, communication, GPS, and global navigation. But despite all of that, the Flat Earth theory refuses to die. Groups like the Flat Earth Society argue that what we re-taught docenti match direct human experience. They claim the horizon always rises to eye level, no matter how high you go. That large bodies of water don't show measurable curvature over long distances. That high-zoom cameras sometimes capture ships and buildings that should be hidden behind Earth S-curve, but aren't. They argue Antarctica isn't a continent at the bottom of a globe, but an ice wall surrounding the known world. They question why civilian travel to Antarctica is so restricted under international agreements. And then there's the biggest target of all, NASA. Critics say many official images of Earth are labeled as composites, meaning they are stitched together from multiple photographs. So that. So normal image processing. Other side that's proof of fabrication. In interviews, NASA has openly stated that certain space visuals are enhanced or artist-rendered for clarity. Flat Earth proponents take that as confirmation that what we see isn't raw reality. It has constructed imagery. So here's the tension. Is that just how modern imaging works? Or is it something more? Let's talk about curvature. According to globe mathematics, over long distances, the Earth's surface should drop approximately 8 inches per mile squared. That means over 10 miles, the drop would be around 66 feet. Flat Earth advocates claim there are documented observations where objects beyond that distance remain visible when, mathematically, they should be hidden. Scientists respond with atmospheric refraction, the bending of light due to air density differences. They say light curves slightly, allowing distant objects to appear higher than expected. But that explanation opens another question. If light bends enough to hide curvature discrepancies, then how precise are our everyday visual assumptions? Then, there's gravity. The globe model depends entirely on gravity, the force pulling everything toward Earth's center. Without gravity, oceans would spill into space and the atmosphere would drift away. Flat Earth models replace gravity with density and buoyancy, arguing that heavier objects sink and lighter objects rise, just like in water. They claim down is simply the natural direction of density equilibrium. But here's where things get complicated. We use satellites every day. GPS works. Live international calls connect instantly. Weather systems are tracked from space. If the Earth were flat, how would satellite orbits function? Are all space agencies across the world coordinating a unified deception? Not who's NASA, but private companies, international observatories, rival governments. That would require millions of scientists, engineers, astronauts, pilots, and researchers to either be in on the secret or completely unaware they're participating in it. Is that realistic? Or is it statistically impossible? But then again, history shows us something uncomfortable. There have been massive deceptions before. Governments have lied. Institutions have hidden information. Scientific consensus has shifted dramatically over time. There was a time when questioning the shape of the Earth meant punishment. There was a time when accepted truths turned out to be wrong. So the deeper issue may not be whether the Earth is flat or round. The deeper issue is how do you know what you know? Most people have never been to space. Most people have never personally measured Earth's curvature. Most people accept the globe model because it's consistent, functional, and supported by overwhelming scientific evidence. But acceptance isn't the same as verification, and that's where the Flat Earth movement gains psychological traction. It doesn't start with geometry. It starts with distrust. Distrust in media. Distrust in institutions. Distrust in centralized authority, and once trust erodes, even basic facts feel negotiable. So let's zoom out. If the Earth were truly flat, it would be the largest coordinated deception in human history. It would require airtight control over global education systems, aerospace programs, mapping technologies, military operations, and private corporations. No whistleblower with undeniable proof. No leaked internal blueprint. No accidental exposure. Total silence. But if the Earth is unquestionably a globe, then why does this theory keep resurfacing in the age of high-definition cameras and unlimited information? Why are millions of people still unconvinced? Is it ignorance? Is it rebellion? Or is it human instinct refusing blind acceptance? Here's something fascinating. The debate isn't really about curvature. It's about authority. If someone proved tomorrow, beyond hoped, that the Earth was not what we were taught, would you accept it? Or would you reject it because it threatens your sense of stability? And if someone proved beyond doubt that Flat Earth claims are completely impossible, would Flat Earth believers accept that? Or would they say the proof is part of the system? At some point, this stops being science. It becomes psychology. Because the most powerful force shaping reality isn't gravity, it's belief. And belief is nearly impossible to change once it becomes identity. So maybe the real question isn't, is the Earth flat? Maybe the real question is this: are we more afraid of being wrong or more afraid of being lied to? Because one of those possibilities is terrifying, and the other one is distinct. Look at the horizon next time you're outside. Stand by the ocean. Watch a ship disappear. Ask yourself what you're actually seeing, not what you were told you're seeing, not what a theory says you're seeing, but what you observe. Then ask the harder question: if the Earth isn't flat, why does the idea survive? And if it is flat, how long would it take for the truth to surface? The shape of the Earth might be settled science, but the shape of human belief, that's still evolving. So I'll leave you with this. If everything you know about the world was built on trust, how much of it have you personally verified? What do you think?